This year being 20 years of Precure also means 20 years of Precure music. And not just any music, friends. Today we are talking about the Precure openings that exist so far. I don't know if any of you guys know this based on my content, but I'm actually a singer. I'm a singer who sings. No, but actually, I'm into music. It's what I went to school for. It's what I studied. So doing music-based analysis and review videos is actually very fun for me. It's very exciting to talk about, especially when it comes to Precure music. I love Precure music. It's gotta be one of my favorite genders. Precure openings usually stick out to me because they are usually representative of the season that they are for. Since every season of Precure has a different theme and motif, so does every opening of each season. But at the same time, they share similar qualities that when identified, you can put them next to each other and be like, oh yeah, that's a Precure opening. Yeah. And that is so fun because it adds to the Precure brand. But just because this is so does not mean that every Precure opening is my jam, or is your jam, or is anyone else's jam, which is what we're doing today. We're going to see how well 20 years of Precure openings hold up. I'm gonna be ranking the songs. You guys know how this works. Though, of course, since S, A, B, C, D is too ordinary, I changed the categories. Changed my life. That's herstory. Are songs that are the top of the top. Their impact on my personal life is huge, and they're just the best to me. The cream of the crop to me. Your girly pop. These are songs that I just think are great pop songs. Like, outside of being a Precure opening, I think it's a great individual song that could probably make it anywhere else. I just feel like these songs have that something special. The B category is Precure. This is just like quintessential Precure opening music. It's solid, it represents the franchise well, and is overall pretty good. You know, songs that you like just can't be mad about. The next category, well, yes. Well, yes. These are songs that I won't go out of my way to listen to. I don't dislike these openings, and they may even be attached to seasons that I really like, but the OP just wasn't doing much for me. They're okay. And finally, the last place category, his ass is not listening. It's a rare category in this franchise, but there will be some real estate taken in there. Yep. But let's not dwell on it for too long. Let's start the rankings. This is 20 seasons and 23 songs because, as some of you may know, Fresh, Sweet, and Maho Tsukai all had two versions of their opening that were musically different enough for me to include both versions here. And Go Princess does have a second version, but it's just the second verse of the full song, so it wasn't worth putting in here. And going in order from oldest to newest is boring. So we're going to be going back and forth. Futari wa Precure. The theme song of all Precure theme songs. Like, let's be real. You just can't go wrong. You're My Best of Friend saved lives. I think it's solid, and it set the theme for a lot of the songs that followed it. It also explains what Precure means in its lyrics. It's all right there from the beginning. No more questions. And as such, Futari wa Precure is going into Precure. Some people might be upset that it's not higher, but it's not a real favorite of mine as much as I just appreciate it, you know? Oh, I'm sweating now. How am I already sweating? I think it's hot today. Hirogaru Sky. I think the song, it incorporates elements from some seasons before it. Lots of guitar and strings in this song, whereas Futari wa that I just did was more brassy and trumpets were more involved than in this song. These are all like staple Precure opening instruments. And I like this song enough. It's evidence enough that I've started singing it easily within weeks of Hirogaru Sky airing, even though it's still new. So I like the Hirogaru Sky theme song, and it's solid. I'm putting it in Precure. Max Heart. It's the same thing as the last Futari wa Precure theme song, except with more brass. Though it gets points off for changing You're My Best of Friend to We Have Max Heart. And I know I'm not really ranking the animation, however, the upgrade in animation from Futari wa to Max Heart is crazy. It is so much better in this Max Heart season, but I go to listen to the original one more than this one for sure. Anyway, it's well, yes. Delicious Party, Precure. Unpopular opinion, a lot of people had stuff to say about her.
And now, back to this that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?
But the song, I love this song. I was so happy to hear so much brass in this song when I first heard it, and it was so Precure sounding. It just sounds like a quintessential Precure song. The melody is so nice. I loved singing along to it every week, harmonizing with it every week. To me, Delicious Party opening is very solid. It's very good to me. I'm actually putting it in Precure. I just like it. Splash Star. This is music. I don't know why I love this one so much, but it has always been a favorite of mine from my early Precure fan days. It's so fun. It's so fun. The way Saki and Mai are like echoing each other in the background in the vocals, I love it. If you never ran around your house in circles while listening to this chorus, then I don't want to hear it, okay? I don't want to hear it. You're girly pop because it's just a great song that I will always seek out when I'm listening to Precure openings. Tropical Rouge. Now, yes, Tropical Rouge was my first season back as far as watching Precure as it's airing, but for some reason, I did not connect super strongly to this song. However, it is the most on-theme opening in the entire Precure franchise, I think. It completely encapsulates Tropical Rouge and takes that inspiration with steel drums and the instruments, everything is just a very, very Caribbean, very tropical. It's just so nice to listen to. Like if this were the Met Gala and the theme was, never mind, that analogy needs work. However, it's just really well made, but it's not my jam for some reason. I don't know. So this is weird. It's weird to put it in this category, and I don't know if maybe it's gonna change, but Tropical Rouge is going into well, yes, it's good, but something is holding me back from it. It's definitely the most unserious opening as far as the animation goes. Yes, 5. This one is kind of ox to me. It's like it's picking up some themes from the openings of its predecessors, especially Futari wa Precure. There's one little line that is a direct derivative, but it never really fully captured me. I think it's when Precure was changing their formula. They had 5 members and it was new for the franchise. They were figuring it out, and that's what this song feels like to me. So it's gonna be another well, yes. I like the instrumental punch at the end though. That's the best part for me. Feeling good. To be honest, this season feels like a distant dream. I still haven't seen it. It was supposed to be next on my watch list after I finished Star Twinkle, like that was the plan. But then the adult seasons of Yes 5 were announced, and those seasons themselves got pushed up way higher on the list than they originally were, and now Healing Good is like, I don't even know where it is, but I don't know. I have no real attachment to the song here, I guess. Like, it's not bad. I just don't feel very warmly or coldly towards it. I'm sad, which is sad. I do like the animation in it though. Another thing is that it's sandwiched between 2 seasons that are very theme heavy to what they are about, that Healing Good just seems so ordinary next to them. So that's another thing. I feel like my opinion on the Healing Good opening will change as I'm hearing it every episode, but for now, this is another well, yes. Damn, the order I'm doing this in is so unfortunate for this section, but it does get better. Yes 5, go go. Now I like this one, okay? I do like this one. It always felt very noble and superhero-y, so I ended up listening to it a lot. I like how it feels like it builds, and now it seems like this season has its own identity. It has captured that in this song. So I am putting it in the solid Precure section. Yes, Precure, go, go! Precure, Star Twinkle. This is another fantastically themed opening. It actually uses none of the typical Precure opening elements from the 15 seasons before it. No strings, no brass, no electric guitars. In fact, this opening sounds like it's entirely synths and electronic instruments, which is so cool since it seems like a lot of synthwave and vaporwave is paired with space imagery. It's very 80s. I'll always think it's so cool how Precure took this direction with this song. And I love it. It's so catchy and fun. It's not quintessential Precure, but it's something more than that. Your girly pop. Imagination. Fresh. So when I first heard the two Fresh openings, much like a lot of you, I too thought that the hybrid version was clearly superior. So much more poppy, so bright. Why didn't they use this version from the start? But back then in 2010, I couldn't really find a link for the hybrid version to put onto my iPod. So essentially I was stuck with the first version, and that was the one that I listened to a lot, and that was the one that I heard the most. And let me tell you, after a certain length of time, I was converted. Version 1 has so much more soul, so much more personality. It has a pipe organ riff that is not present in the hybrid version, and they took that away. There is so much more roundness in the original version. I love the first version. So listen, version 1 is your girly pop. Like, listening to the first version is what made it one of my favorite Precure openings. The hybrid version is not bad. It's not half bad, so I'm putting it in a solid Precure. Fresh Precure. Now stop. Come on. There's so much good. There's so much good here, and I feel like not enough people talk about it. Hug to. I actually really like this one. It has the most satisfying Precure yell in the entire franchise of openings. It's inoffensive. It's not as out there as the Star Twinkle that follows it, but Hugto was an anniversary season, so give them a break. Yep, I have nothing more to say about it than that it's pretty good. I'm putting it in Precure. Yep, that makes a whole lot of sense. United, Precure. Let me take a sip of water before I talk about Heart Catch, because I have a lot to say. Heart Catch. Now this. As I've said, Heart Catch was my first Precure season. It stayed with me every week in 2010. And maybe it's just nostalgia. I don't know. But like every time I watch this opening on YouTube, it's like a wave of memories and exactly what I felt back then when watching it come rushing over me. This song is just so special to me. And the memories aside, I just love the structure of it so much. There's so much finger plucking with the strings. It's absolutely delightful, fitting the light and flowery theme of the season, and the brass section is killing it, giving the song this superhero-y feeling, along with that that melody giving it the same feeling as well. And not to mention the damn bass line going hard as hell. It is, oh my god, I've never noticed a bass line more in a song than I've noticed the bass line in this Heart Catch Precure opening. I'm so serious. It's the only song where I can recite each note of the bass line for some reason. I just hear it so well. It's so good. This was the first anime opening where I could confidently say that I knew every single word. If it's not clear by now, changed my life. And that's her story. Kira Kira. Oh, this one's wonderful. It's so theatric and skippy. Rediscovering how good this opening is actually also another thing that got me back into Precure. It was a weird way that things happened. I saw the Tropical Rouge design. I decided to watch that season once it would air. I spent my Super Bowl Sunday rewatching the Precure openings and rating them much like I am right now. I got stuck on how good this song was. I decided to start watching the seasons that I'd missed, and then I started with Smile. It's simple simple math, really. Anyway, because of my love for it and my history with it, it lands and changed my life. That is her story. Let's go, let's dance and cheat. I love that part. Sweet.
Sweet, sweet Precure.
Another This Is a Music moment. Now, I didn't watch this season, yet I still became obsessed with this opening. It's literally just a great pop song. Like, it's just a guitar-heavy pop rock song masking as a Precure opening, and I'm more than happy about that. I actually don't care much for the second version, the unlimited version.
Sweet, sweet Precure. Sweet Precure.
Like, they're not that different, but they changed things that I already liked about the first opening, so it's like... So the first version, which is perfect, is your girly pop, and the unlimited version is, well, yes. Not in a bad way, just in an unnecessary way. Like, I feel like they didn't have to change things. It's whatever. I gotta admit, when I first heard these two openings, I was not moved, nor was I gagged. I didn't like them, but they've grown on me considerably.
You're not gonna get the song the first time you hear it. After the second and third time, you're gonna be like, whoa, what is this?
This is the only scenario in the double openings where the updated version is miles better than the first version. The first version feels empty, like it's missing something. There's more to be desired in the first version. Stylistically, it makes sense for the show, but I just don't feel it. But that second version... Whew! Giving us guitar, giving us horns, giving us a solid chord progression that is so good, and I think is probably what was missing from the first version. The upgrade is insane. My god. Last night I was freaking out over the drum pattern. It was like 12 a.m. I was freaking out over the drum pattern in the upgraded version. It's in like the first 10 seconds, the drum pattern. At first it's like a typical da 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 da, and then it switches into triplet beats and it's like da 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 da. It's so good, and I need to show you right now. This one is so good. I can't. Stop! That is music! I can't. It's too good. Oh my god, okay. The first version is like, well, yes, it's okay. It's missing things. There is something to be desired, basically. And that second version is your girly pop. And trust me, these would have been so much lower a couple of years ago. Time is an amazing thing because I really, really like that song now. Smile, Precure.
Smile, 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 Precure.
I love this song. I love this song. By the time this season came out, I had already accepted that I had phased out of Precure. I was 16 and One Direction was the biggest thing alive, okay? Life was very different. But even then, I could not resist this song. I added it to my iPod and everything. Honestly, I feel like this song is a quintessential Precure song. However, like, to me, it's more than that. Like, I like it more than just it being a quintessential Precure song. It just feels like a perfect pop song. But then I like it more than some of these other ones here. I don't know. I like it. I feel like Kira Kira. I love Kira Kira's opening, but I feel like I like the Smile opening more than, or like equally. Oh no. Huh? I feel like oh geez. I feel like I have to put Smile in, no, but it didn't change my life. I love it, like sweet and Smile, but fresh. Okay, I'll leave it here. I'll put it in your girly pop. That's fine. But then, oh my god. It's a secret third thing, essentially. There are some songs in your girly pop that are a secret third thing. Something in between Changed My Life, That's Her Story, and your girly pop. I would say that the ones in that category would be Fresh, Sweet, and Smile. They all were like around the same time. In fact, I'll actually put them above the others. Not that this order really matters, but I have to at least distinguish them in some way. Okay, what was I just talking about? Smile. Okay. Go princess, go princess, go. This season means so much to me. It's undoubtedly the season that had the greatest impact on me when I watched it. I loved Haruka. She is in my top 2 of favorite Pretty Cures ever, and I don't know if she's 1 or 2, but don't tell Erica, okay? Don't tell Erica. But you know what? The opening never did much for me. Ugh. I like the moments when the meter changes from 4/4 to 3/4 and becomes this sort of waltz type rhythm. Very fitting for the princess theme. And with this being a favorite season of mine, it does have some quality, like some specialness to me. But I don't know, I didn't love it, you know? Man, I need to rewatch the season soon. But anyway, this is a well yes for me. It's painful. It's a painful one to have there. It really is. I wish it were higher. Oh, but the Go Princess endings are an entirely different story. A story for another time. Doki doki. Well, I've never seen Doki Doki. Let me start off by saying that. So I have no opinion on the season. I also still truly think that watching an opening during every episode changes your opinion on that song. However, I have to be true to how I feel now and how I have always felt, and that's that this song is awful. I cannot stand this song. Rare Pretty Cure L. I cannot take it. It's nearly unlistenable for me. The shrill vocals. And then there's a whistle in the background, like as if everything wasn't already loud in your ears enough. It's like the loudest Precure opening. Okay, that's enough. Oh goodness, why? Like I kind of dread when I have to watch this season and I have to be conditioned into tolerating it. And you're probably like, Imani, you can skip the openings. No, okay? I won't be doing that because the openings are a great time to get snacks. But yeah, right now, this is the sole inhabitant of his ass is not listening. But we have one more. Happiness Charge. An anniversary season. This is another season that I've yet to see, but I am looking forward to, and the opening solidifies that. For the 10th anniversary, they really went in on the Pretty Cure sounding music, didn't they? Horns, strings, catchy rhythmic vocals, instrumental hits. It's all very superhero-y, and it makes you feel like you're a part of that 10-year celebration. I love it. I especially love those vocals in the background. To me, this is a quintessential Pretty Cure song. They understood the assignment, they carried it out, and it's Pretty Cure. Happiness is charged to Pretty Cure. Ba ba da ba. That is my ranking for Pretty Cure openings. I want to know, what is your ranking? I'll put the link to this tier list in the description below so you can try it out for yourself. Tell me what your favorite Pretty Cure opening is. Is there any opening that you dislike like I did? Owl House is next. I just somehow had no time this past week to watch and finish it, so I decided to do this video instead. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. And as always, I thank you for watching this. Oh, maybe I should plug my socials. I'm on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, thank you. And I will see you guys in the next one. And stay gravy, baby.